has not been able to be served. It's been unable to be located.
But I don't know anything about it.
I realize you may not know personally what in
The old Supreme Court room on the third floor of the State Capitol building in Austin, the public hearings, fourth and final session of the special committee of the Texas legislature looking into vending machine operations, didn't get down to business quite as early as expected today. As a matter of fact, it was shortly before noon when the first testimony was heard publicly. However, prior to that time, there was some closed-door testimony. We asked the chairman of the committee, Representative Richard Corey of Victoria, about that closed-door testimony. Did you hear from one or more than one witness, or can you tell us that?
I don't believe it would be helpful to the investigation to bring that out at this time.
Do you feel that any time in the next day or two or prior to concluding your investigation that the witness that testified there, his testimony will become public, or will his name become public?
I think this is a possibility and a probability.
However, public testimony did get underway. A number of witnesses were heard, and chances are more will be heard tomorrow. And then will come the final report from this special investigative committee. They are quick to point out that they do not indict. They are a study group. If there are to be indictments coming from this 5-month investigation, those indictments must come from a grand jury or grand juries somewhere in Texas. We asked Representative Corey about that possibility also. From the information that you have gleaned, would you be surprised if some grand jury somewhere in Texas does not indict somebody?
I've been practicing law for about 21 years. If there's one thing that I've learned, it's not to try and second-guess a jury or a grand jury.
You feel there is sufficient evidence here to indict some people?
No comment.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
What will be the outcome of this investigation? Well, it isn't quite clear at the moment, except that recommendations will be made by this committee for new legislation or remedial legislation concerning vending machine operations in the state of Texas. That seems a certainty. Anything else? We'll just have to wait and see. For Channel 8 News, this is Murphy Martin reporting from Austin.
Well, as far as I know, he was a good boy. He was clean cut, always went neat and clean. He was at my house a lot, and as far as I know, he was never in any trouble.
Was he politically minded? Did he enjoy politics?
I really couldn't say, because at the time he entered high school, junior high, I believe it was. I didn't see him too much after that, except occasionally. And from then on, from his teenage years, I didn't know too much about him.
If we are in the last of these times of crisis, can you gauge a time when the actual end will be?
No, the Bible makes very clear we're not to try to set dates. No one can do it in the first place, and it's absolutely wrong to even attempt to set a specific year or month or day when Jesus Christ is going to return. And all those groups that do try this, of course, have in the past proven to be wrong about it, and it's directly opposed to what Christ asked us to do. But he did say, on the other hand, that we can be aware of the signs of the times. That he said to the people of his day, you look at the sky at night and you see that in the morning it's going to be cold or rainy or something, and he said if you can do that, then you should be aware of what's happening in the world in which you live, in line with the signs that indicate the approaching return of Jesus Christ, and be aware of these. So in general, we can.